Let's unscramble some words.
The first thing you need is a list. You need to have a list of your prefixes, of your suffixes, of your roots. Now they can be just a bunch of pieces of paper with prefixes, roots, and suffixes written on them, or they can be some recycled items that you've collected, like bottle caps, that you've written prefixes and roots and suffixes on. Or you can even collect things that you can put the names of suffixes and roots and prefixes on. So let's start with our idea. First, over here we have lots of prefixes. So you want a collection of prefixes, and they can be in any form you like. Again, pieces of paper, bottle caps, doesn't matter. And then you want your roots. So you have roots over here. Get that prefix out of the way. You have all these roots. You get them all down on either bottle caps or pieces of paper, even material. You can use whatever kind of things you like. If you have, say, recycled materials, that would be great. So, and over here we have our suffixes. Suffixes are all in blue. For some reason the suffix lists are always really long. Anyway, these are our suffixes. So you start with a collection, and then what you're going to do is you're going to somehow mix them up. So you're either going to throw these all in a jar together, or you're going to lay them out on a table and shuffle them, or you're going to take them and put them into a tumbler of some kind and tumble them like a bingo game. But you're going to mix these up, because what's going to happen is, once they get all mixed up, you stop being able to recognize them so easily for what they are. And this is the kind of skill you want to get, because you want to be able to look at a word and you want to be able to know, just feel that it's a prefix or a root or a suffix. So once these get mixed up, then they start to have possibilities for you to unscramble. You may do this one of two ways. You can either do this with these all on the same color, which would be a lot more difficult. So I would recommend that you start by putting them each on a separate color, or mark them somehow with different colors, so that you can keep the prefixes and the roots and the suffixes separate from each other. But once you're good enough, you can put these all together in the same color, and then you will just know by feel and by understanding what a prefix is and what a root is and what a suffix is. So in our little scramble here, let's see what's happening. If these were all like laid out on a table and we saw them here, then what we would have to do is try to figure out how we could make words from this scrambled up mess. So what we do is you want to find a root first. The very first thing you do is look for your roots. So let's take a look. We've got a root here. So we've got happy. Alright, so now we've got to look for some suffixes. So let's take a look. We've got lots of suffix possibilities here. Let's take a look. We could even do happy-wise. So happy-wise is a possibility. There's a root, there's a suffix, happy-wise. Now, over here in the prefixes, we want to take a look and see if we can find. Let's try this one. Multi, happy-wise. Now if you know the definition of happy, most of you do, and you know what wise is, and you know what multi means, then multi, happy-wise actually means something to you, even though that word isn't really used. Maybe used somewhere. I haven't seen it yet myself, but it's a great word. But the interesting thing is that we all know what it means if we know the prefix, the root, and the suffix. And this gives our language tremendous creativity for writing, poetry, and just the development of language in general. So have fun with your scrambles. See what words you can come up with, add them to our comments section, and with your teacher in your class, start your dictionary.